Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jason Gregerson. In this video we're going to learn some more ways that we can continue learning about how to use Mathematica as we leave this course. So we're going to start by navigating to www.wolfram.com. We're going to go to Wolfram's main site. Now there is just a wealth of resources on this site, and I really encourage you to explore the site and navigate around. Now what we're going to focus on is two main things. One, we're going to go look at product and services, and we're going to navigate to the programming lab. So we'll start by navigating to the programming lab. Now when we get to this page, you'll see that you can either start a trial or sign in. So if your university has provided you a Wolfram account, you should be able to sign in and just use your university's credentials or the one that your IT has sent to you. That'll bring us to this. Now I'm logged into my account. I can see my kind of account ID over here. And I see four main things. The video introduction to the programming lab. It's a pretty short video, walks you through all the basics. I highly encourage you to watch this. Then there'll be try it yourself, which brings us right into the programming lab. There's access to the elementary introduction to the Wolfram language book written by Stephen Wolfram. And there's an exploration. Now clicking on any one of these three is basically going to bring us to the same location. I'm going to click on this guy and we'll come to a screen that looks like this. And so I'm going to have a workspace here. I'm going to have a side tab over here. So basically I'm entering an online Mathematica version. So if I were to go to File and go to New Notebook, I would be opening up essentially a notebook that's online. And so I could come in here, and if I want, I could use my keyboard shortcuts to create a title, just like I would in a regular notebook. I could hit the down arrow and start a math cell. And in this math cell, I could plot 2x from x goes from 0 to 3, for instance. So I can type in regular Mathematica code. I can generate some value here. I'm going to switch this real quick to sine of x, like that. And then just to demonstrate that you can really do most of the Mathematica operations, I'm going to multiply inside those brackets by a. And I'm actually going to create a manipulate using my manipulate command and let the values of a go from 1 to 4. And so even though I'm working online on the cloud, I can actually see that it's even going to generate the manipulates and have those as real dynamic action. So I can do all kinds of Mathematica operations right here in this programming lab space. Now there are some limitations. One limitation is I don't have the nice stylings that I sometimes like. For instance, if I want to look at x squared, I would have to type x and then use the caret symbol for my squared. I don't have that superscript that I would in that nice formatted feature. So I can't use the fancy notation for an integral or some of my shortcuts I would use from the palettes. I really have to kind of type in more of the raw code. But other than that, the functionality I get is really the same as using a regular Mathematica notebook. And in fact, I'm able to go to File here, and I can actually download my work to my desktop, and if I had Mathematica installed on the computer, I could open it up with a regular Mathematica software. So I have all this functionality right here online from a browser. So I can use this even if I don't have Mathematica installed on my computer. All right, so now I can practice using Mathematica online in a browser. How do I find activities to do? Well, over here on the right-hand side, I have an exploration tab. And so if I click on one of these, like the Make Colors example, what it will do is open up kind of a pre-formatted notebook where Wolfram is giving me some examples of some neat things I can explore in Mathematica. So it will provide me sample code, just like this. And if I want to learn more about the code, I can hit the Show Hide Details. It'll give me some explanation about what the code is doing, or I can just evaluate that cell to generate the color. And then I can go ahead and edit that code if I want and reevaluate and get my new color. And so these explorations are just kind of guided activities that Wolfram has created for us. And so in this case, we have kind of a starter set of explorations. If I scroll down, I'll have some basic ones, then some intermediate ones, and finally some advanced ones. So you can see that if I choose an advanced one, the flow is going to be the same, and let's use more advanced commands. But they'll walk me through it. They'll say, here's a line of code, and you can explore what it does. And they'll just walk me through some kind of complicated activity step by step. So this is a great way just to see what other features Mathematica has and explore the different explorations. Now, if you want a more formal approach to learning Mathematica or continuing to learn about Mathematica, you can go up here to the top and select Introductory Book. If I select that, it will show on the side tab the actual Mathematica text written by Stephen Wolfram. And so here are all the chapters. If I want to learn about, say, images, I could select on chapter 10 and actually look at the book here. And so here it will go through and demonstrate some examples of code, and it will give some text in here. And if I want to practice this in real time, I can get rid of my exploration over here, go back to a new notebook, simply open up my text like I had before, and now I could actually read the text and try to run code over here on the side. And sure enough, I've used current image to grab a photo from my webcam. So I can read the text and practice the code in real time while I'm in here. All right, so that's working with explorations and the introductory book. What else do we have here? We have the documentation center. So this is just like the help menu in Mathematica. So if I need help, I can go to the documentation center. And then the last tab here is the cloud files. So if I go to cloud files, by having a Wolfram account, Wolfram provides me a little bit of cloud space so I can store the files I've been working on here in the cloud. And this is where I would access those different files. So I can store files, I can upload files, I can do work in here and then download them all right here. All right, so what we've seen is the programming lab is a great spot to access the text and kind of practice in real time. What are some other ways that I can learn about different resources from Wolfram? Well, if I go back to Wolfram's main page, there's also a tab over here called Support and Learning. And so the two things I want to look at here are Wolfram U and also the Videos and Screencast tab. So I'm going to click on both of those. Wolfram U is basically a set of courses. So if I want to learn how to use Mathematica or finance, I could click on that one and find a whole bunch of different courses. Some of these are free, some of these cost money to attend, but you can investigate and enroll at Wolfram University. Then if I go to Wolfram Screencast and Video, these are just a free set of recordings where you can search for different topics. So for instance, if I want to come in here and search videos for 3D printing and then hit search, I'll find a variety of videos related to 3D printing. There'll be of various lengths and various details. Some are more exciting than others, but it's just a great resource for learning more about Mathematica. So you can get all that access from going to the support and learning tabs. So even after this course, there's lots of ways that you can keep exploring and learning more about Mathematica. All right, that concludes this video. Thanks for your time.